Hi, good morning. This is Good Morning Santa Paula. It's Friday, May 14th. And our guest today, we have an education update today with Superintendent Dr. Ed Cora, who is the superintendent of the Santa Paula Unified School District, which pretty well covers most 99 and 9/10% of all students in the Santa Paula area. So good morning, Ed. Nice seeing you as always. How are you
Good morning,
doing?
Peggy, and thank you for the opportunity, as always.
Yes, very nice, very nice. A lot going on. I know that students are going back to school, and could you give us an update on that?
Absolutely. As of, I believe, for 2 weeks now, we have had all students back, which is absolutely wonderful. It has been the highlight of my visits as I go around the schools and I see the students and staff on campus. That's what we're here for. So, and I want to also say that kudos to all of our students for their resiliency and parents for all of the online distance learning that we have had going on for over a year.
Yes.
So to have students back now is just absolutely wonderful.
Yes, that's something. And it looks like next year it'll just be back to normal.
The plan right now, Peggy,
But
yep, the plan right now is to have all students back 5 days a week, full time. The only way that'll change is if the Ventura County Public Health Department tells us otherwise. But yep, students are all coming back 5 days a week, all students.
oh, that's wonderful. Now, speaking of coming back, we're also going to have high school graduations are being planned. And could you let us know what basically, because we have the high school and we have Renaissance High School.
Absolutely. So our seniors at Santa Paula High School, well, let me start off with Renaissance High School because they're the day before. So on Thursday, June 3rd, right now we're planning to have them a small graduation ceremony on Jones Field. Principal Gillette and her staff will be contacting the seniors and letting them know the details. And for the high school, Santa Paula High School, it's going to depend on whether or not if we're still in the orange tier, the high school will have two graduations, one at 3 o'clock, one at 6 o'clock. If we're in the yellow tier by some chance by Friday, June 4th, then we will have one at 6 o'clock p.m. So it's all gonna depend on what tier we're in. So we're all kind of hoping for the yellow tier, but even if we're in the yellow tier, it's going to be limited capacity. And I believe Principal Garcia is going to have all seniors receiving 2 tickets per senior.
Okay, well, that sounds great because I know that last year everything was strictly drive-through. And excuse me, let me grab another pen. I just
absolutely
dropped my pen. So anyway, yeah, no, that's wonderful. And I think that the kids really, like the class last year, they really deserve so much credit for overcoming all these challenges and the distance learning. And it's really been an ordeal for everyone. Now, prom, they're even going to have a prom. Let's hear about that. I've been getting a lot of inquiries about what the plans are for the prom.
So a couple different things. One, it is on the 22nd of May. And I want to thank the Santa Paula Oil Museum for hosting a drive-through. They're going to have seniors provide them the opportunity to take some photos, provide some music. And that's prior to the students then heading over to the high school. Center Court, they'll have some music, some food, but students will still have to wear a mask. And I know CDC just came out yesterday with the no mask if you're fully vaccinated. Thing is, a lot of students still are not vaccinated. And also the Public Health Department of California has not adopted that yet. So we are still under the mass social distancing guidelines until we hear otherwise. That's what's going to happen. But we're excited. Again, thank you to the Oil Museum and thank you to Ms. Garcia and her staff for pulling this together for seniors because I know they're excited about it.
Yes, well, are they thinking of maybe having a mask decoration contest?
That's a good, you know what? That's a good question. I don't know. I might have to call Ms. Garcia and tell her that Peggy has this idea. Think about it.
Yeah, because that would really encourage them. And I'm sure they're going to be decorating their masks anyway, but that would really encourage them to, and but just a thought, they might enjoy that.
Great idea.
And then in Isbell, you're going to have a drive-through. That's our middle school, of course, and they're going to be having their promotion.
And that's going to be on Thursday, June 3rd as well. So that'll start at 1 o'clock. So Thursday, June 3rd, 1 o'clock is Isbell Middle School drive-through. When that finishes up, then the board and administrators will head over to Renaissance High School. And I bet I've got a call coming on. I'm going to answer that. So, but then we'll head over to Renaissance High School and do that graduation ceremony. Then the next day, either have the 2 at the high school or the 1 at the high school. It's a great way to end the year.
It certainly is.
A crazy year.
Thrilling. Yeah, it's thrilling, and I'm happy for the kids. Now, and of course, summer's coming, or we're in summer, or whatever, Summer Academy.
So we are offering for all students. Typically for summer school, we focus on students who need the most help, but this year we're providing it to all students. The thing is that we're having trouble finding as many teachers as we need because we have quite a few students that have enrolled, because again, we're opening it up to everyone. So we have quite a big number of students that have registered. Now it's okay, can we find the teachers? You know, typically summer school or summer times, you know, teachers just unwind and re-energize their batteries. Some will do it. We are trying to meet the needs of the number of students that we have. So we have our HR department, you know, just working real hard to find additional teachers to fill the classrooms that we need for our students. But yeah, that will start. So TK through 7th grade will be from June 8th. Both, whether they're elementary or high school, doesn't matter. They're both going to start on June 8th. The TK through 7th program will go till July 2nd, just before the 4th of July, 8 to 12 p.m. And there's a flyer on our website that parents can look for. Our 8th grade through 12th grade students will again start June 8th, but they will run a little longer till June 12th. And they go from 8 o'clock to 1:30 p.m. But all that information's on the flyer, and we're excited. Also, all students will be able to keep their Chromebooks during the entire summer, whether they're going to summer school or not. And hopefully our elementary students will be able to log on into the Freckle program, which is English Language Arts and Math, for additional support. And the Mayan Digital Reading Library, students can get books reading digitally for the entire summer. So that was important. Instead of collecting the Chromebooks, letting them hang on to it for the summertime.
I think that's great. Yes, because you don't want them to lose that capability, as it were, in some, you know, in practices. I know if I didn't touch a computer for 3 months, I would be all blown away. I wouldn't know where to start.
You and me both.
Now, let's see, sports broadcasting. That was good news at the board meeting the other night. The Sports Broadcasting Academy.
Absolutely. I'm going to start off by thanking Mr. Bob Allen, who came to me my first year with this idea of, you know, can we work on something here in Santa Paula to have students, you know, start live streaming sporting events, and maybe they can do some broadcasting. It took quite a long time, but we got to the point now where this is actually going to be a course for students at Santa Paula High School. So thank you to Bob Allen for bringing us the idea. And thank you to our Deputy Superintendent, Christine Shefferly, Principal Garcia at the high school, working all together to make this a reality. So hopefully we get enough students interested in it to make the program work. And we're now talking about, should we consider taking something at a smaller level at the middle school so they can start there and then work their way up through the high school? So that hasn't happened yet, but the course at the high school did get approved on Wednesday night.
And these are not only healthy activities and very fascinating activities, these are career paths.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, that's wonderful. How many high schools, do you have any idea, in the state have this as an actual course?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I don't want to say something without knowing for sure, but I know Bob told me about a program in one of the high schools at the Oxnard High School District. I was supposed to take a trip with him to go visit it, couldn't make it, but I know one has it here in Oxnard. But regardless, we're thrilled that it's going to be coming here. And who knows, maybe one day, Peggy, maybe one day we'll be able to see one of our students on ESPN or a local LA station. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. That's wonderful. Or even behind the camera, sending postcards.
That's right. That's right.
That's wonderful. Good news today. Good news. Isn't it relief? Isn't it a relief to have nothing but good news? And I know that you've been very supported throughout the year. The schools are always supported by service clubs and organizations and individuals. And I know this is the time of giving. So I know that the students have been rewarded for their hard work and their academic achievements. And do you want to give us a rundown of what's been going on with some of the service clubs and organizations and nonprofits that have stepped up?
Yep, absolutely. About 2 weeks ago, the Santa Paula Rotary recognized our juniors, some of our juniors who were selected by department heads for just being leaders. So they were recognized. But this past Monday, the Santa Paula Rotary recognized, I want to say it's about maybe 22 seniors who filled out an application. They wrote an essay, they were interviewed, and the Santa Paula Rotary gave away $38,000 in scholarships to students. Isn't that awesome?
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah. And this past Wednesday night, I attended a Santa Paula Education Foundation board meeting, and they were talking about scholarships for students. They'll be giving away $78,000 in scholarships to students. The Santa Paula Latino Town Hall, $10,000 to students for scholarships. So, and I also want to mention the Optimist Club of Santa Paula. They give to our students in other ways. So all told, if you took those numbers together, a little bit over $126,000 this year to our students. And I cannot thank them enough. So Santa Paula Rotary, Santa Paula Education Foundation, Santa Paula Latino Town Hall, and the Optimist Club, thank you to all four of those organizations for being so supportive of our students.
Absolutely. They always, Santa Paula, it's just a good example of why Santa Paula is such a wonderful, wonderful community. And last week was Teachers Appreciation Week.
Absolutely. We all know, I bet you if you asked every adult, tell me, can you share with me at least one teacher who made an impact in your life? I'm sure we all have one. I have several of them. So last week was Teacher Appreciation Week. We recognized and just thank our teachers for what they do. Next week is Classified Appreciation Week, and classified employees are the support staff behind the scenes. They're not in front of teachers teaching, but they are all the employees that do all the work, from getting our schools up and running in the morning, having the classrooms clean, in the front office, cooking the meals, driving buses, all the behind. And there's also some in the classroom are instructional assistants. So classified employees are everywhere. I'm going to recognize them next week. This Wednesday, just a couple of days ago, the week in between the two, we gave a very small token of our appreciation to all of our employees. So I hope they appreciated it, because we appreciate everything that they do.
Yes, and especially once again in these COVID, and they worked even harder, you know, in some instances because of COVID. Well, and you're coming to the end of your term. We really hope to have you back before you go and hang out in hoodies and sweats. So, do you have any last thoughts or?
Absolutely, Peggy. One I want to say, our board of trustees, I want to thank them for the board that hired me, the current board that I'm working with. But the current board that I'm working with, I want to say I wish them the best. They have interviews this weekend as part of the search for the new superintendent. And, you know, I've spoken to the board about my things that I think they should consider coming from a superintendent's point of view. But I know they're going to do a great job. They've been showing very strong cohesiveness, a collaborative effort, and they're focusing on all the positive things that we're doing here in the school district. So I know they're going to do a great job. The new superintendent will be coming on July 1st. But once the board announces the new superintendent publicly, I will then reach out to the superintendent, future superintendent, and congratulate them and just help them in whatever way I can, because I want the transition to be smooth. And I want to do everything I can to help our board be successful, the new superintendent be successful, so this district can continue moving in the right direction.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much. And your last day with
the I can't thank you also, Peggy, enough, you and Bob Allen, and all of the wonderful people here in Santa Paula. Absolutely beautiful people inside and out. There's so much potential here. It's incredible, from the support of the organizations, parents. It's a great, great place.
Yeah, it really is. Thank you. Yes, it is. Very, very nice. All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. And we'll probably see you before you leave. So, you know, keep the suits in the closet, at least temporarily, you know. So once again, this is Good Morning Santa Paula and our education update. And I'm Peggy Kelly of the Mighty Santa Paula Times. And our guest today was Dr. Ed Cora, the superintendent of the Santa Paula Unified School District. This will be on channel 10, kadytv.com, and on YouTube. And if you catch us on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and it helps us to keep this broadcasting coming. And thank you very much, everybody. Still be COVID smart, and have a wonderful weekend. We're going to get a little rain, so that's exciting too. We need rain. So anyway, Dr. Cora, once again, thank you so much, and we'll see you all soon.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Megan.